What's going on, guys? It's your brother O.T.G. The O.T.G's for Overtime Grind. Hardly seen, but I'm always around. And today we're in Reason 12. Today might be a little bit different because, I kind of got on my mind to talk about utilizing, getting into a workflow where you're creating. And however you doing that, I'm in a bunch of different groups and different things, and I coach producers every day about how to make different beats or just how to make beats and the thought process behind it. There's a lot of people understand creating music, and you'll hear a lot of the people screaming, "This is whack, that's whack, my beats are good, your beats are bad." But the reality is, all across, somebody's always going to think the shit you make is terrible. You just got to kind of get over that. There's arguments right now, if we talking about Tupac, people will say Tupac sucks. People say Wu-Tang sucks. Somebody will come in the comments and say, I'll never trust your opinion if you feel like that. But then, they probably like pizza and you like pizza. You know what I mean? So when it comes to that, people have their choices and their ideas. They have a right to feel how they feel about whatever music is being created, right? And for you, as the producer, you got to be able to block all that noise out. You got to be able to block all that noise out and learn how to be able to create and hear your own voice still. We was just going to go straight out the sound pack today. You got to be able to create and hear your own voice still. So I'm going to drop in the electric piano folder. It's available on my website. So for me, I don't know why my mouse is doing this. It keeps opening up the sounds. For me, when I first started producing, I sampled everything. Even though I was on the computer, I started in Fruity Loops. I wanted to just sample everything. I thought that was the way of hip hop, so I sampled everything. It was just basic. Hit our pre, so make sure we start on the one. Here we go. You gotta actually be on time. Yeah, so I used to sample everything. That was the goal. It was like, man, let's get in these programs. Let's grab something. Let's sample. Let's go grab some shit. Make it like Kanye. You know what I mean? And I'm from the Midwest, so I sometimes feel like it's okay to be predisposed to that mindset. You know what I mean? I'm actually from Champaign, Illinois, Urbana, Illinois. So, a certain kind of sampling is just kind of in our bones. One of the things when I taught music to people is very important to understand what you're sampling. So, you know, I live in Philly right now, and all that's by design. You know, Chicago soul, Memphis soul, Philly soul, Detroit soul. I'm Midwest, South, and so coming to the East Coast, you knew I was coming to Philly. You know, Philly International. And so coming from there, I thought everything had to be about sampling. You see what I'm saying? And so that was kind of the move that I was in. And then, you know, I made a bunch of albums, recorded a bunch of artists, and just kept having problems getting samples cleared. This is in the 2000s. Like, you know, I signed to a record label as a rapper, and they gave me a bunch of beats to rap over that had samples on them, and it was kind of cool, but it wasn't what I was trying to do. Long story short, you know, I ended up signing with MC Lyte in 09, and one of the things was the music we did for television couldn't have samples. And so it was kind of difficult. It was hard for me to come up with melodies. Let that play, that second one play a little longer. Yeah, it was kind of hard to come up with melodies. And so, you know, the first couple weeks I was using Reason. That's like 2009. You know, so I'm all stressed because everybody's got all this hardware and they're doing stuff and they got musical training. And I'm just struggling because I'm like trying to come up with melodies. You know, back then loops was getting shot down. Utilizing loops was crazy. You know, it's crazy that now everybody's so dependent on loops, but I guess that's what happens as the game changes, you know what I mean? But, you know, in order to get out of that, it was like get placements, make some money, or be cool with all these non-money-making producers, because I was still finding the coolest samples. You know, and it started me on this journey of being able to knowing what sounds I want, knowing sounds that work, knowing sounds that work, and being able to create stuff from scratch. We missed the note. I knew it was gonna come. It's right here. turn that to 128 and grab this. That's not the right spot. There we go. Kind of like it being off a little bit, but we're gonna move this one. There we go. Turn that back to a bar before we forget. All right, get out of there. Okay. Let's add another string down here. Go to our low notes. So what happened was, you know, it took about 3 months, and then it took about some years after that, and it just became this practice of being able to sit down and trust the fact that even if what I'm making now might sound like something I made 2 weeks ago, you still work through the idea. Yeah, so, you know, go to my sound pack. Make sure you cop that on my website. Add a bill. Uh-oh, I messed up and still got this recording. I messed up on that first phrase, but I'm gonna leave it that way. And we just gonna leave it like that and throw some drums in here. You know what I mean? But the case of what I'm trying to say is, I want you guys to spend more time thinking about what you can make, not judging if it's hot, not judging if it's whack. You can listen to the music that you listen to every day and see if you are making music on that caliber. Let's use that one. about that kick. I'm not really feeling it. We're gonna keep stacking though. Like, you learn how to fight through that. That's one of those things that I'm talking about right there. Cause I could spend 10 hours on this kick. You know what I'm saying? But the reality of it is and what I'm making, this has a sound. And my instinct said go with it. And that sound is what kind of builds the beats out to make each one different. You know, so you want to be able to understand that. You know what I mean? Understand that some of the things that you wouldn't normally choose, you know, we have a specific sound we hear in our head all the time. And you could get caught trying to make that all the time. Somewhere it got a lot of extra sound. Okay, so we got something noisy. So it's a snare right here. We'll use that. So I got rid of that, whatever that weird, it threw me off. Let's turn this back on. It was a weird feedback. All right, so let's go ahead and get this done. The goal of what I'm saying to you guys is, you know, just get on here and create, man. You don't have to, you know, beat yourself up every single time you sit here. You don't have to, you know, feel like you're supposed to be making the best beats on the planet. Just keep making beats. And stop judging it towards what somebody else says, you know. Stop letting other people define what your music is. A lot of the music I placed, I would have never placed it because the thought process is it's not something that people would rap to, right? Let's just use that. Go a little longer. Make it just about past 3 minutes. The thought process is stuff like this nobody's going to rap to. You know what I mean? But you don't know what a guy will come up to a song with. You don't know their life. You don't know what they go through. You just don't know. So, you know, the best bet is just to make the music and decide and let the people decide. You get it? Let's get these drums together. Here we go. course of 17, we gonna change. Here we go. Let it play one more time. Yeah, so, you know, and once you get into this habit, you know, of grabbing a sound, oh, I like that sound, let's see what we could do. Oh, I made this riff, it's kind of cool, let me see what I can make with it. You know, okay, I like these sounds, I don't know if I need more. I'm just gonna rock out with what I got right now. Okay, I got a couple of ideas. Let me go through and start to arrange these ideas, you know. This process doesn't change whether you're in Ableton, whether you're in Machine, whether you're in Reason, whether you're on the MPC. This is a process that is defined by you as the producer, you know, and you got to decide. You got to become decisive. You know, I could talk to you guys and make beats because I've practiced at being decisive. I know how to pay attention to what's going on and make decisions. You know, like I want the beats to have a feel. I want them to have a certain timing. And I spend a lot of hours working on that timing so they can have a good feel with the tools that I have and the tools of how things can get done with those tools. So it's like saying that, you know, a lot of the software and different things might have issues, bugs, and things that can't, you know, stuff we can't do. But if that's not prohibiting us from making music, then we're not worried about that. We worried about what we can do to make music. You see what I'm saying? And what it can do. We got our drums together. You know, super basic. Let's turn our super strings off. We don't need those till we bring a chorus on. Don't need those piz. Let's go back. Grab our strings and have them come on. Turn that off. everything back. All right, and we pretty much done. We might turn this bass off early in the beginning, turn it off at the end. But, you know, just that fast, we made a beat, you know, straight from scratch out of one of the sounds in my song, and my sample pack. That was right out of the electric piano sounds. You know, they're great sounds to start a bass with. And like I told you, you know, stop. Don't let these people tell you, or don't let your brain tell you that everything you're making is whack. Don't spend all your time finding all the bugs and the problems and trying to push too far out into things that you don't really need to do to create music. Like, do you really need to have 47 plugins to get the piano to sound like it's got a reverb and a delay? Just think about that, you know what I mean? Like, some of those things really change your workflow and your process of how you're making music. And you know, start trusting yourself and doing some workouts with your instincts of just grabbing beats and making different sounds and turning them into something. I wouldn't have never made this beat. I wouldn't have sat down and chose to make this. I wasn't too happy with the kick. You guys heard that early. I like how it feels right now. You see what I'm saying? I might go through, do some tweaking and some stuff with the sound of it all, but outside of that, I'm happy with it. So make sure that you like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that cool stuff. Make sure you check out brotherotg.com. Go cop the sample packs. You know, they're on sale right now. They're $70. You know, I understand what quality is, so I got them for $30 right now. You know, and I don't really care about anybody complaining or not. It's just less people going to have the sounds, good quality sounds to make beats with. You know what I'm saying? I'm still going to make my beats and place mine. So I suggest you do the same. And if you don't, you don't. You know, I don't cry about none of that stuff. So make sure you check that out. What was something else I wanted to say? Oh, make sure you join the Beat Builder Patreon. I definitely will add the song file up there for you guys if you want to check it out. And we just want to keep building. Another day, another dollar, another tutorial. Man, take the blessing of creating music and make more music. That's what I want you guys to do. You know, make more music. Leave it in the comments if you got this far. Make more music. It's your brother O.T.G.